I reckon it's hard to beat a colourful spring garden full of fragrant plants. This is an old favourite, Jasmine polyanthum, and it's almost impossible to beat for spring fragrance. It's a fast-growing climber that'll smother an ugly fence in months, and the only downside is using it near a bedroom window because the scent is intoxicating. This Chinese evergreen climber is a twiner, so it needs a bit of a trellis initially to get it established. But once it does, well, it takes off and looks fantastic. Now, the key to getting them established, well, you've got to plant them into a rich organic soil and water them on a regular basis through the first year. But once they've done that, well, look, they'll produce massive growth and, of course, in springtime, masses of these stunning flowers, which are just sensational. This is the state flower of North Carolina, the Carolina jasmine. Its fragrance is heady, but don't sniff it too much because this really is overpowering in more ways than one. The flowers of this plant contain a natural strychnine that kills bees. So enjoy this from the distance because this is what's known as deadly beautiful.
Trev might think his climbers are incredibly fragrant, but this is a spring highlight for me. It's an old-fashioned shrub called a rhododendron. It makes a wonderful screening plant and ideal for difficult situations, like a hot, dry and dusty garden. The flowers are prolific in spring, smothering the bush and, as a bonus, are fragrant. And because they are waxy, last for ages in vases. One of the amazing plants for spring is this, the white potato creeper. It's nearly indestructible and great for covering fences, pergolas, even a small house. So manage it right and it's a great asset to any garden. As far as shrubs go, well, it's hard to beat the age-old classics like camellias, which are really hardy, drought-tolerant plants once established. They are great for semi-shaded positions, and the early flowering forms of sasanquas brighten spring, while the larger flowering japonica and reticulata forms deliver huge flowers later in winter and early spring. For mid-spring colour, you cannot beat rhododendrons, which are really like azaleas on steroids. The enormous flowers on these shrubs, which can sometimes be trees, are well worth waiting for. Rhododendrons and azaleas grow in many places in Australia. They love rich, organic and acidic soils. Now, they need a bit of protection from those harsh winds. And one thing, never let them dry out. These woody shrubs rarely recover from extreme stress, so a constant water supply is a must.